Welcome back to the Armory here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Capacity crowd on hand for PBC on FS1. As we move closer to our next contest here in the super welterweight division, let's take a look at our Corona tail of the tape. Corona, who invites you to find your beach. As you see, the gentlemen Jamontay Clark and Jeison Rosario are virtually identical in every category, with the exception of the longer reach advantage in favor of Jamontay Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, live on FS1 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Premier Boxing Champions now features 10 rounds in the super welterweight division. Your referee in charge when the bell sounds is Mark Nelson. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the blue trunks. His professional record stands at 15 wins, 11 of those coming by way of knockout, against one bout even and one loss. Fighting out of Santo Domingo, República Dominicana. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jeison Rosario. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the silver trim with the blue. As a professional, he's perfect 13 wins, 7 of those coming by way of knockouts. From Cincinnati, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, here is Jamontay Clark. It is our next contest. Jamontay Clark, who's undefeated, his second fight here at 154. Feels that his best days are in front of him. He said it was too much of a hassle to make 147, and this has been the best move for his career. We'll see if he can handle the power of Jeison Rosario. Rosario's only blemish came here, as you saw PBC on FS1 last April, to Nate Gallimore. But Rosario does pack a lot of leather and has dynamite in his hands. Ray Flores, Jamal Charlo, also privileged to be joined alongside by one of the hardest working men in all of boxing, Virgil Hunter, just coming off of being in the corner of Levant Gavami Chava. Virgil, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be here at PBC.
But right now, Jeison Rosario, Jamontay Clark. And Jamontay Clark, he's a southpaw. Conventional is Jeison Rosario. Straight left coming out for Jamontay Clark.
Jamontay Clark looks a lot better at junior middleweight than he does at welterweight.
Well, he looked really sucked in at 147, like he was really killing his body. And at 23, you start to mature as a young man.
Right. And he's just getting older and stronger, so you can tell that his body's filling out even more. He probably go up to 160.
I was just getting ready to say that, champ. He has the frame to go to 160 or 168 the long run. Rosario's planting his feet like he already sees something. I think he's looking for an overhand right. But Clark staying pretty alert.
Jamontay Clark, a 4-year veteran. He turned pro at 19. This is the first 10-round fight of his career, so he's endeavoring into new territory. Last time we saw him was back on November 17th, PBC and FS1, a majority decision over Dominic Dalton. Big shots now by Rosario. It's no secret as to what Rosario wants to do. He wants to come, throw a lot of punches, and he wants to tear your head off.
Styles make matchups, and you see the southpaw against the orthodox fighter. There's going to be a lot of, you know, getting close, but a lot of loop in the action.
Big right hand down the center by Rosario. Under a minute left in round 1.
One thing I noticed about Clark along the ropes, he squares up, and that could be a danger as the fight progresses, and Rosario picks up on that. He squares his body up, and that's not a good position for a southpaw.
Not one bit. Rosario turned pro at 18. Clark turned pro at 19.
And normally you see orthodox fighters going to the left of a southpaw because they feel like they're out of the way of danger, but Rosario is going to the right. He's boxing to the right, and he's throwing the straight right hand often.
Well, he might be trying to time Jamontay Clark is what he's trying to do.
Well, he does have his lead foot in position as he's going to his right. He's swaying his body over to his right, but his lead foot is in position as it would be if he was going to his left.
And that's the end of the first round. We'll come back with round number 2. You're watching PBC on FS1. Welcome back, PBC here on FS1. Ray Flores alongside Virgil Hunter and Jamal Charlo. And guys, so far we have seen a very fun matchup here at 154, Virgil.
Well, it's a good fill-out round for both individuals. I thought Rosario pulled it out. It was a close round. Clark needs to make some adjustments to stay off the ropes, keep the fight in the middle of the ring a little more.
Rosario is in seek and destroy mode. Jamontay Clark looking to reassert himself. He said fighting Rosario will lead to bigger names, and the one item that his entire camp touched on is they want the higher class of opponent because they want to get paid, because that's the bottom line in this sport, Jamal, is to get paid and find that lengthy and that hefty paycheck.
Right. I mean, he's going at it, and to fight an undefeated fighter and show that, you know, I'm here to fight. And I've never seen a fighting banana.
Exactly. We'll have more on that, assuming this fight progresses. This is Rosario's 4th fight here in the States.
Well, let's hope Rosario consistently wants to get paid and not just looking for one payday. He has his legs extremely wide, and Clark would use his jab better. He'd work off his jab much better because Rosario's legs are planted at all times.
Rosario's looking for a real big shot right now. So I feel like that his legs are planted, but they're open because he's ready for a shot.
Rosario coming off a big win over Justin Deloach. He finished him off. It looks like Clark is a little hesitant to throw that jab because of the power that Rosario possesses.
As soon as Clark gets comfortable, we'll probably see a lot more punches from him, but who knows if they'll land or not. Because the way Rosario is coming forward, he's using his head movement well.
And he's trying to hit and get out the way at the same time, which is that was a nice straight left there. He closed the distance well there. He would serve better to work off his jab and bring that straight left up and down.
I like to see Clark jab a lot more and go to the body.
Exactly.
What's hesitation is what we are witnessing out of Clark's behalf is the whole ideology of trying to get yourself established in the fight. But Rosario's clipped him enough to make him question himself, at least in the early going. There's a big right hand that smacked across the cheek of Rosario.
Rosario is trying. He's trying every shot. I mean, he wants to be close, but Clark is doing a good job of keeping him off.
Well, he's telegraphing what he's doing too, champ. Rosario, because of the position that he's in. You can pretty much tell what punch he wants to throw. He's going to throw that loop in the right and the loop in the left hook. Those are only 2 punches he's displayed so far in the fight.
Nice.
There's a big shot that Rosario backed up. At the end of the second, coming back with round 3. Rosario and Clark here in Minneapolis.
Welcome back to Minnesota. Rosario's nickname Banana comes from his punching power. In the Dominican Republic, it's said that baseball players get their power from eating bananas, and that's the nickname. And Rosario told us with the win over Justin Deloach in May, that was so important to him, but this fight with Clark is even bigger. And he said Clark will definitely feel his power tonight. And you know, guys, you guys said he's telegraphing his punches, and I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing that, because he's trying to make Clark feel that power, so he's coming with those big shots. Ray?
Thank you very much, Jordan. Well, so, Jamal, not that you need any assistant power-wise, but are you going to eat a banana now before you step inside the ring your next fight?
2 of them.
Ray Flores, Virgil Hunter, Jamal Charlo, Jordan Hardy here ringside in Minneapolis for PBC on FS1. In the midst of the main card, Jamontay Clark and Jeison Rosario. A straight left, and now Clark seems to be asserting himself here in the fight. He's getting more comfortable.
He just brought a nice combination off the lead hand. I'd like to see him do more of it.
I'm liking the way he's coming out this 3rd round. And I had it tied up coming into this 3rd round, so.
Nice right hand to the body. Catching Rosario standing straight up.
Rosario still with the pressure, but Clark is starting to figure out how to use the ring and step to Rosario when necessary.
Well, that's the danger with falling in love with your power. You tend to show it all the time and not disguise it. And that's causing him some difficulty in this round with Clark. Clark seems to pick up on the timing now.
And you can't overwhelm an opponent. You have to be able to go to the second and third game.
Right.
And sometimes guys just can't stand that pressure. I mean, Jamal, not many of your opponents have been lasting long with you.
Well, I'm kind of like the banana with the power.
Yeah, when you touch them, when they crumble.
But I would like to see Clark come forward. Wow. Oh, that's the big shot, and he's out of the ring. Wow. Whoa.
Are you kidding me? There's the power.
He's okay. He can
get back in the ring. He can get back in the ring.
I thought he lost his balance.
I did too. And he's still a little shaken up, but he's getting back in the ring. He's showing true championship.
Clark made the count.
He made the count, and he's back in the ring. It's amazing.
This is unbelievable.
If he can bounce back from this is going to be amazing.
Talk about guts, and now Rosario going right at Clark.
He's a fighter, and he's doing the right thing to hold on for the clinch.
Clark was sent out of the ring, walked around, and beat the count of 10.
I actually hope that he make it out of this.
It looked like Clark might have tripped over his own feet.
And now we have
Rosario going right at Jamontay Clark.
right. He's going with him. Power.
Clark tying him up nice. Clark definitely knows what he
Showing some
is.
veteran moves by tying him up and
Big shot by Clark. And a big right hand by Rosario.
and Clark is saying he's telling his
The third. Wow.
he's telling his trainer he's good. He's good.
Let's take a look at the knockdown that sent Jamontay Clark through the ropes onto the floor outside. Let's bring that back, gentlemen, and take a look at it. Here is the punch. You're seeing Clark parrying with the jab. There's
It was
that
a
right hand.
simple-
And he went right through,
Right.
and he landed on his back,
I'm
thankfully.
surprised he didn't hurt himself.
I thought he would hit his head, but he literally did a somersault, landed on his back, and still Mark Nelson is counting at this very moment.
That's
Right.
incredible.
That's incredible.
He literally did a somersault, got knocked out of the ring, and beat the count of 10.
Clark is for real.
He owes it to
He came in
himself
to
to
fight.
win this fight.
Right.
That is intestinal fortitude to the T.
But
And let's take a look. Coming up September 8th, it'll be Barclays Center. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, the welterweight championship of the world on the line September 8th on Showtime from Barclays Center. And right now, Mark Nelson is complaining about water on the corner of Rosario.
And now they tap gloves in the beginning of this fourth round, so maybe a respect issue coming.
I thought when Clark was sent out of the ring that he was done. It blew my mind. This young man's intestinal fortitude and his heart should never be questioned.
Never.
And he's coming out firing. He knows he's got a hole to overcome. He put himself in a hole with the knockdown, which is a 10-8 round.
Big shot by Rosario. He buzzed him again.
And it's conceivable that he lost the first two, so he has a hole to dig himself out of. He just needs to focus on boxing, keep the fight in the middle of the ring.
Rosario is trying to make a statement.
He is trying to make a statement, but he's making a lot of mistakes, champ. Why he's trying to make that statement?
So Clark, because he was sent out of the ring, let's send it to more with Jordan Hardy to explain the rules.
Right, thank you. So I went over there and spoke to the doctors and some of the referees, and they said when a fighter falls out of the ring, they have 20 seconds to get back in the ring on their own. They can't have any help. And also, just so we know, we couldn't see from our angle, but he did not hit his head on the floor. His feet were kind of dangling on the ropes, and he put his hand down and got up. So he's saying he's okay. He's telling his corner over there he's good, and they want him to come back. This is a new round. Let's start fresh, right?
Excellent reporting morning, Jordan. Thank you very much for that insightful report. So Clark did not beat the count of 10. He had 20 seconds to get back in the ring, which he did, and he did not hit his head whatsoever. That is a very good thing, but now he is behind in this fight, and Rosario's confidence is soaring.
Very much so.
This is almost the first time I've ever seen a fighter get knocked out of the ring and get back in the ring and continue to fight. We know like Kermit Cintron and
Bernard Hopkins, and he was knocked out by Joe Smith.
Right.
I mean, that seems to be a protocol for the fight to be over.
Exactly. I mean, just recently, Frontino,
Javier Fortuna and Adrian Granada.
Right. That was just recent.
That was a no decision back in Dallas or in Frisco, Texas.
So for him to continue to fight, and if you win this fight, this is going to be amazing.
Now, in the composure, though, by Jamontay Clark. He's fighting like he's just in the midst of this fight, and nothing has happened dramatically to him.
Well, Clark has to land something where he's going to get his respect to him and slow down the pursuit of Rosario. So far, he hasn't done that. He's hitting with a couple of sharp shots, but nothing to make him think about coming in.
I feel like Clark has to go to the body to get him Rosario to slow down a little bit, because, I mean, he's coming forward. He's coming forward with power and speed.
There's a straight left that backed up Rosario for a brief moment. Big right hand that connected, that buzzed Jamontay Clark. And that is the end of the fourth. Back here, PBC on FS1. As there we see Kevin Bedford in the corner, his lead trainer of Jamontay Clark. And yes, the heart, the determination's there, but now they have to start putting things together offensively.
He does. He's conceivably behind 5 rounds with a knockdown. So he does have to put some rounds together and put them consistently together and make it apparent that he's gaining control and take control. He came out with a nice stiff jab there. Just ready to say that.
I mean, every shot he lands has power.
It's almost that mindset of you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Rosario is confined to just being a power puncher and seeing, hey, if he can withstand my shots, then I'll tip my cap to him. That's exactly what happened when he lost to Nate Gallimore. Because Rosario hasn't really evolved that much since we have seen him back in April of last year here on PBC on FS1.
The shot from Rosario was probably a flash knockdown, but it just came, late. So it might have, Clark on the edge, but he's also still boxing good right now. He's moving away from shots, and Rosario's still coming forward.
Rosario is still using some feints. Looking, there's a big right hand that tattooed Jamontay Clark. This is where Rosario wants it to be, against the ropes. And now they tumble and they crash to the canvas.
I feel like he got hurt again. Clark might have grazed by one of those sharp punches from Rosario.
Smart veteran move by Clark to tie up, but in the process, they both crashed to the canvas.
I mean, does he practice that often? That tie-up is awesome.
That was actually brilliant.
It's almost the best clinch I've ever seen.
Yeah. And now again, they're tying up. Anytime Rosario gets close, Jamontay Clark will tie up. And Mark Nelson warning Rosario for what I don't know.
And he has quite a bit of limb length to tie you up, too.
Right. He has longer reach.
Advantage. Yes, he does. Nice jab to the midsection.
And he needs to use that. He needs to keep Rosario at distance, and he needs to pump that jab more and send that straight left down the pipe.
He's moving well now, but sometimes he takes himself out of position and range. Either he's out of position and range, or he's smothering himself.
Rosario still with that forward pressure, and also mentally that has to be playing a factor on Jamontay Clark.
Clark is trying. He's shooting a shot, he's just not landing.
And now he's retreating and now here is the Rosario team.
Back to the
shots. And the fans letting Jamontay Clark know about that. Mark Nelson wisely warning about shots behind the head.
This is also a contest of legs. Rosario is much more steady on his legs than Clark. Clark seems to be gangly in his leg movement. And looks like he want to go left when he should go right, and right when he should go left.
And I feel like that has a lot to do with the southpaw versus orthodox. The feet clash and the headbutts. And,
exactly.
You know, but you see Clark using his range pretty well.
Big right hand that found its destination for Rosario. We'll come back with more in Minneapolis. Coming up Sunday on Fox, the NFL preseason continues as A.J. Green and the Bengals take on Josh Allen and the Bills. Kickoff is Sunday at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox. So stream it live on the Fox Sports app. And gentlemen, the fact that the NFL is coming back brings a big smile to my face. And also this matchup has been bringing smiles to how entertaining it has been between Rosario and Clark.
Well, there's a big game right up the street tonight with the Vikings playing, so it's a lot going on in Minnesota this evening.
Jeison Rosario remains in seek and destroy mode on Jamontay Clark.
He's definitely in seek and destroy mode right now. And it looks like that he's coming out this round from taking the round off.
Clark talking to Rosario, send a nice straight left down the pipe.
Definitely back.
I feel like that's open for him down the pipe, particularly when Rosario holds his hands high and he brings him out when he gets ready to punch.
But can he go down the pipe in combinations?
That's what he should be doing.
That's one of the harder things to do.
The right, left, or left, right.
Right, exactly.
Rosario still looking to cut off the ring.
Nice.
And there's a big left hook that found its mark for Rosario. I'm surprised that Rosario isn't letting his hands go more, especially with the success he's had. Big straight left that connected by Rosario, and it buzzed Jamontay Clark.
Rosario is throwing nothing but power shots. So the moment he misses, you see that he falls off balance, and that's when Jamontay should use his range and land the shot.
A lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Minneapolis when Rosario throws and connects. It has that wow factor.
Right, because the crowd saw him, you know, knock him out of the ring, so we never know what's going to happen now.
Rosario coming in with bad intentions for Jamontay Clark.
Rosario's just swinging for the fences right now. It doesn't seem like he has a purpose on what he wants to do. He's just hoping something lands and gets through, and Clark should take advantage of that. But he's trying to hit and get out the way at the same time.
Clark's also being out-hustled here, Virgil.
Yes, he is.
Detriment, because Rosario's clearly not as technical as him, but if you allow someone who's more aggressive to outthrow and outwill you, well, then that rule should play in the eyes of the judges.
Body language definitely is a factor in this fight.
The way I look at Rosario, he reminds me of someone that falls in love. It's almost like a Marcos Maidana mentality. Maidana didn't have the one-punch knockout power like Rosario, but it's very similar mindsets.
The difference is Maidana, when he cuts the distance, he keeps his feet going, whereas Rosario stops and cocks his pistol before he fires. As Maidana keeps moving, so you can't pick up when he steps in with the power.
Like you said earlier, Virgil, is in the feet.
Big right hand by Rosario. Welcome back, PBC on FS1. What do you think that they're telling him in the corner? Let's take a look back at some of the work from the round.
In Clark's corner, they have to have some sense of urgency, and they have to know that he's behind and that he needs to pick it up. In Rosario's corner, I think they're encouraging him to keep seeking and destroy.
A standing room only crowd here at the Armory in Minneapolis. Wonderful fight town as they await Jamal James, their hometown son, to battle Mahanri Montes. Right now we're in the 7th round, scheduled for 10.
In the 7th round, and Rosario came out telling Clark to come forward. Come on.
He's blazing again. Is Rosario.
And Clark is on his bike like he should be.
It's a nice straight left that Clark led Rosario into.
Was he moved correctly off the ropes that time? He stayed in position instead of taking himself out of position when he leaves off the rope.
But if we can get Clark to throw combinations, then Clark will probably take advantage of the fact that Rosario isn't as technical as he is. Wow.
And now Clark spun around Rosario.
Like Virgil mentioned earlier, it's a lot to do with the feet and the feet movement and how Rosario is planting his feet so he can get a hard shot off. And Clark isn't. Clark is all over the ring.
Most definitely. And not committing to his shots.
Right.
And down goes Jamontay Clark.
It was definitely a trip, but
It was a trip.
it could have been called a knockdown because he did get hit.
He's showing Rosario the same move when he exits off the ropes. He squares up and he goes to his right. And Rosario's picked up on it. He hasn't capitalized on it yet.
And now Clark almost went out of the ring again. He got smacked halfway
He's just
across
not,
the ring.
his feet isn't, he needs fundamentals when it comes to playing his feet, and he's just not getting that right now.
It was more of an off-balance shot.
Clark remained upright, but he was literally on a track, and he's still hurt. Now he goes back.
He doesn't use head movement, Clark, and that's kind of because he's tall.
Rosario looking to bring an end to the night of Jamontay Clark. Another heavy shot, and Clark's looking over at his corner, literally.
He's probably trying to make sure they don't want to stop the fight. Because his corner a little aggravated right now.
I'm sure they are, because Rosario lit him up with some power shots.
Again, he's trying to hit and move at the same time, move out the way at the same time. He's not committing to his shot.
As soon as his back touches the ropes, he gets squared and he takes off the same way.
To his right.
Right, to the right. And he's going straight into the power shots.
Final stages of the 7th between Rosario and Clark.
It would serve him well to use a check right hook if he's going to go to his right.
And that ends round number 7. Jeison Rosario with big power shots here in the round. We'll come back with more from the Twin Cities. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. Round number 8 approaching. Jeison Rosario having quite a bit of success on Jamontay Clark. And the Clark corner, they have to really circle the wagons and
It is a
try
packed house here in Minnesota.
Oh, it is. Right now, Jamontay Clark, he has a lot of things that he has to rectify because he's behind big, Virgil.
Well, he needs a knockout to win, and I'm sure they know that. So, oh, nice combination there.
And Rosario starting off strong again.
And then at every round, you see that Clark has like a chip on his shoulder, so you'll think that he's going to come out the next round and fight a lot harder, but he doesn't.
Body work by Jeison Rosario. This matchup here in the super welterweight division, one that your brother Jamal Jermel is currently the WBC super welterweight champion of the world. Big uppercut, and now Rosario is going for the finish.
Let's see what the shots
And
are.
Clark again, look over at the corner.
Right, he
needs to look at his opponent instead of looking at the corner. Rosario feels that the end could very well be near Mark Nelson. Oh my goodness, swing and a miss. That was like a Javi Baez swing. My goodness.
He wanted so bad.
Almost went to his knee almost.
But just imagine if that shot would have landed, the type of feet that Clark has right now.
His
Look at
balance
him.
is all
He won't move his head. He's absorbing shots on the ropes. I mean, what is his coaches telling him?
At this point, guys, I know he and the big jab snapping the head. I wonder about the health of Jamontay Clark.
He could be in a little trouble right now.
He's a fighting banana.
He's a fighting banana. He's getting tattooed with a ton of shots. And look at this, another left hook. I wonder about the safety of the fighter. I wonder if Jamontay Clark is fighting on pure instinct at this moment.
He has a big heart.
Rosario brought an uppercut into play, and that's why he's having success with the other punches now. He's brought an uppercut into the lead.
And even jabs are sending Jamontay Clark going staggering backwards. And if you're Mark Nelson, you have to watch the body language of Jamontay Clark. Now it looks like his mouth is bloodied.
And he's still talking to him. He still has a chip on his shoulder.
Right hand! Oh my goodness! That was a sledgehammer right hand. And my goodness, at this point,
he has a chin on him.
This is not going to end well, guys.
Right.
And this is Jamontay Clark is hurt.
Still talking.
He is hurt.
He's still talking.
He's fighting on pure instinct, and now Rosario is going for the finish. Look at this.
Look at him.
He's inhuman.
His heart may be bigger than his body.
He is inhuman. I don't know of a normal human being who can take this kind of punishment. Look at this top, and he's still upright. Jamontay Clark has got the heart of a world champion. And that ends the 8th round.
And he staggers back to his corner.
And look at this.
Look at him.
Jeison Rosario, big right hand, but Clark remains upright. Round 9 coming back right after this. Welcome back, PBC on FS1. Kevin Bedford in the corner, Jamontay Clark. Virgil, you've been in the corner many times. Are you surprised that they are not even talking about potentially waving this off?
Well, stopping the fight would definitely be a strong consideration if I was in the corner, because he went back to the corner on unsteady legs. He took a lot of punishment that last round, and he didn't appear to know where he was the last 30 seconds of the round. So he's not punching with the authority to knock Rosario out. So what's left for him other than to take punishment?
And Mark Nelson, the referee in charge, should have Jamontay Clark on a very short leash. That should be, and we'll send it to Jordan Hardy right now for a report.
Ray, thank you. So I'm sitting over Jamontay Clark's corner, and this lady just runs up to that corner of the ring, and it's his mom. Jamontay Clark's mom was in the corner yelling, "Come on, son, you got to do this. You got to finish him. Get that knockout. You're better than this. You're stronger than this." So we'll see if he implements this. His corner was also telling him it's go time. You got to finish this. It's do or die. Ray?
What in the world is that kind of mindset, guys? Shouldn't she be worried about the safety of her son instead of saying, "Hey, keep on"? This is not a game. This is a fight.
That's where he gets his heart from.
From his mom.
Right.
So you don't take that as a detriment.
Nah, I like it.
Virtually just lost his mouthpiece.
Right. I just want to see Jamontay go to the body and use his jab. He hasn't jabbed. He's been off balance the whole fight. And Rosario's throwing nothing but power shots. And it's the right hand that's landing.
But Virgil, getting to the mother's standpoint, are you surprised she's not concerned about the well-being of her son and trying to almost be and just say, "Hey, come on, we want to see more"? Obviously, she might know her son better than what we do, but from the outside looking in, that seems to be a little off base.
Well, very much so. The fight could appear to look different to her than it does to somebody who's really worried about his well-being. She might see a different fight.
She knows how tough it is.
But sometimes guys can be too tough for their own.
Exactly. So it's not something that I would recommend. But again, it's a maternal thing.
This is the kind, and thankfully through the first half of this 9th round, he hasn't sustained much punishment. But these are the kinds of beatings that ruin fighters or that make them not the same. Big right hand, slapping the head back at Jamontay Clark. When guys absorb this much punishment, sometimes they are never the same.
Well, that's quite true. And this is a fight that they really have to take a look at his defense. His punching power has to increase. And his knowledge of what to do in the ring is going to have to increase. He's going to have to go back to school.
The game plan for Clark, it couldn't have been that Rosario had power. His game plan was to come at him, and that didn't work. So you've seen in the second round, from here on, that Jamontay's been all over the ring.
And Rosario's just taking it to him. But again, it is about the safety of the fighters. And if Rosario, big left hook that connected again. And now look at this. This assault now by Rosario, and Clark is tying up again.
The ref used more precaution to save Clark.
Well, that's what I'm surprised. And I know Clark is throwing, but how Mark Nelson doesn't have him on a short leash is beyond me, guys.
Well, they did have a doctor in the corner at the beginning of the round, so I'm sure he's aware of what's going on, and he'll probably stop it at the first sign of Clark being hurt again.
I think right now, if Clark, he can't take a risk of being hurt right now. The fight will be over.
Clark is pacing around the ring, isn't throwing anything of substance. Big right hand.
He's doing just enough to where the ref can't stop the fight.
And that ends the ninth. Once again in the corner of Jamontay Clark is Kevin Bedford. And guys, I know I've been harping on it, but I know that he's looking okay, but this fight, in my opinion, should have been stopped midway through the seventh.
Well, you have a strong case, Ray, that the fight should have been stopped. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that feel the same way. But at the same time, you can't take it from Clark. If he, just like the last round, it's conceivable that he could have won the last round. Rosario didn't land much at all, and Clark landed a few nice shots. So, again, his body language betrays himself, what makes him appear that he's taking a lot more punishment than what he actually might be. Taken, but there have been sequences where there should be concern.
Ray Forrest, Virgil Hunter, Jermont Charlotte, Jordan Hardy ringside. Still 3 more bots remaining. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Use the hashtag PBC on FS1. Follow us at Premier Boxing. Join in on the conversation on social media. I want to hear from you, the viewing public. Rosario starting off.
Now Clark just landed a nice straight left hand. Maybe 20 seconds ago, that makes you think of, should I stop this fight or should I let it continue? He did just enough.
Clark is fighting like one of those fighters.
Big right hand that connects another one. And he's still upright. I thought he went down, but the ropes held him up.
He has a heart of a lion. Enough said.
The ropes,
he's shaking it off.
He literally was against the ropes. I thought his glove hit the canvas, but no, that was not to be the case. It's pockets like that, Virgil, that I wonder. Big, heavy shots, 3 and 4 punch bombs that are landing on the face of Jamontay Clark.
Exactly, but he came right back and threw a 3-punch combination. So you have a great point, and it's a very, very concerned point. But how can you take it from him when he's coming right back?
The thing about Rosario is like, you get him hurt this many times, you have to know how to finish. Yeah. This is a different type of fight. This is a fight that you're supposed to be able to finish because you want bigger names.
So you're saying, champ, that Rosario's skill has kind of kept Clark in the fight, even though he's had moments 30 minutes not had the skill to finish him.
Exactly. Rosario isn't as technical as he should be, and I feel like if he was a lot more technical, he would land the right shots, and that's not what he's doing because, he wasn't able to get Clark out of there.
Because he hasn't went to the body all night.
Jamontay Clark literally fell into a right hand from Jeison Rosario. Final 20 seconds of what has been an eventful super welterweight clash between Jeison Rosario and Jamontay Clark.
But you have to give your hats off to Clark. I mean, he's game. He has a heart, and he could have been out of this fight a long time ago. And
Clark will end the fight upright. What effort! But tonight it was Jeison Rosario who controlled this matchup. And we will come back and get the decision. You're watching PBC on FS1. Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The judges see the bout 99-90, 98-91, and 97-92 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jeison "Banana" Rosario. So Jeison Rosario hands Jamontay Clark the first blemish on his record. And he earned every bit of that, did Jeison Rosario. The power overwhelmed Jamontay Clark.
He definitely earned it tonight.